Hey, my name is Dan. I used to work at the biggest dealership in the country. Now I teach fine folks like you how not to get fucked when buying a car. Now in this video, I want to talk to you about a dealership scam where a dealership had to pay out over $400,000 after they were caught doing this. I'm gonna get in all the details, and then in the second part of the video, I'm gonna tell you how this applies to you. You might be thinking you're above being scammed. You think you might have some kind of superpowers. Trust me, you don't. So this is the dealership we're gonna talk about. Bay Ridge Honda on 4th and 88th Street. So what they have been doing is they got apparently a pretty big Chinese community over there that don't speak English very well. So they would get these Chinese people that don't speak English very well, that haven't bought a brand new car before. If you all don't know how immigrants work in America, they work. They come to America and they work. That's it. This is coming from somebody who is an immigrant. They come here and they work. That's all they do. They don't go on fancy vacations. They don't spend money for no reason. When immigrants are buying a brand new car, it's like a fucking kid getting brought into a family. You know, it's like birth of a child. I mean, it's a really special moment because it's like once in a lifetime thing that we immigrants do, because we save money, we drive a piece of shit car, and in 10 years after we save enough money or we get approved for a car loan, we decide that our piece of shit car is not worth repairing for the third time and fifth engine is enough on the Honda. We decide to buy a brand new car. So they've been adding extra services and fees, raising people's interest rates on these Chinese customers because they didn't speak Chinese very well, but most importantly because they didn't know about buying cars. It was their most likely first car that they were buying as a brand new car. Something I want to read to you guys just from this article that I found. It's from Brooklyn Daily. If you want to Google it, it's Brooklyn Daily dealership scams Chinese customers for over $400,000 that they're gonna have to pay out. Let me read just a little snippet from the article here. When a customer received her first bill from the dealership, she saw that her loan was for 72 months instead of 60 months as they have told her. So what this dealership has done, one of the things, they fucked up customers all sorts of ways, but one of the things they fucked people up was they would take the loan for 60 months and without telling the customer, they would stretch it out to 72. You know why? Because they can make more money from the referral fee when they work with any loan agency. So the loan company would pay the dealership a little bit of extra money, or sometimes they would finance through themselves, do in-house financing. So the longer the loan, the more money the dealership is going to make. If it was their will, I mean, it would be 10-year loan, you know? So here's a rule of thumb. If you can't pay off a car in 4 years or 48 months, you shouldn't be buying that car. Simple as that. 99% of people need a car to go to work, to take care of their family, go to store, and they just use it as a transportation, you know, from point A to point B, not fancy. 4 years is enough to pay an average car. If you're buying a car that you need 60, 70, 80 months to pay off, you're way over your head. The salesman is a very good salesman and he sold you on something that you do not need to be spending that much money on. Unless you're going to be buying a vehicle that will make you money, as in a pickup truck, van of some kind, a vehicle that will make you money. If you're not buying this vehicle as an investment, as a business purchase, then 48 months is enough to pay a car off. Next one, they also added extra fees and services to this customer for over $7,000. For over $7,000. Can you imagine you buy a Honda Civic or a CR-V or something, right? Because this is a Honda dealership. And you find out that they tacked on $7,000 worth of bullshit shit that you didn't even know that you needed. Not only that you needed, that you were paying for it. It's not like you needed it and thank God they got your back. Oh no, you didn't need that shit in the first place. They tacked on $7,000 worth of shit services. Hey, if you find this information relevant, could you give me a huge favor? Subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and share this video with somebody. I don't necessarily mean you actually send this to somebody, but tell about this channel to somebody who's looking to buy a car, somebody who's going to be buying a car, you know, at some point in the next 2 or 3 years. I would appreciate that a lot. Let's keep going. $7,000. I mean, to me, that 7 grand is a lot of money. I don't know what about you guys, but $7,000, that is shit ton of money. You know what happened to them? They had to pay $269,000 in restitutions. That means money back. That means people will just get the money back that they were scammed for. They're not going to get anything extra. They're not going to get, I'm not sure what's the right like attorney terminology here, but like, I'm sorry money. You know, I'm sorry we screwed you. Here's a little extra, right? They're not going to get any of that. They're just getting restitutions, just getting their money back. That's it. You know how much the fine was for that dealership? $1 million? $2 million? $3 million? No. $153,000. That's what this dealership would make on a fucking weekend. That's nothing. That is literally nothing. Imagine an average person, not a dealership, an average person scams people for $250,000, $269,000. Their punishment is a weekend worth of work. Do you think that's adequate? Do you think that's normal? And do you know why this happened? Because the state is in the pocket of the dealerships. The dealerships pay insane amount of money to state government, insane amount of money. So the dealership has such good relationship with the state government that state won't actually prosecute them to the full extent and punish them like they should be. That dealership should be closed. Do you think they were doing this only to Chinese customers? You think they just hated the Chinese community? Hell no. Hell no. They were doing that to every single customers. Every single one. It's just Chinese got like railed really hard, and that's why they got caught. You know, $7,000 on one customer, that's a shit ton of money. They were treating all of their customers like complete freaking idiots. They were doing this to all the customers. Maybe not $7,000 a pop, but I guarantee you they're selling useless bullshit services with their dealership fees at $500 and $600 and $1,300 with every customer. It doesn't matter if you're Chinese, if you're Russian, American. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're going to a dealership and you're not either testing driving a car or picking up a car after everything is already signed over the internet and over mail, you're gonna get fucked. What are you doing going to a car dealership? What are you doing? Please don't. Like, I'm not your dad, but just as a random fucking dude on the internet, don't go to a dealership to buy a car. The only way you go to a dealership is to test drive a car or to pick up the car after you already have done shit ton of research, you negotiated everything over the phone, and then you go to pick up the car. Please stay away from the dealerships. Dealerships don't care where you're from, what language you speak. They will take advantage of you no matter who you are. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up below and click the subscribe button over my head, or watch one of those 2 videos if you want to see more money saving tips about cars. This is Dan with 60 Minute Car. I'm signing out, and I'll see you on the internet.